Hi everyone, and welcome back to Belinda's DIYs. If this is your first time here, welcome. So today's going to be all about decorating my mantle, and I'm going to be using Dollar Tree Christmas trees. You heard it right. Dollar Tree Christmas trees. I found a way to make them look nice and full and really beautiful. I love how they turned out. If you want to see what that little hack is, then please keep watching. I also have two other DIYs that I'll be making for my mantle. In this channel, you're going to find a lot of easy and inexpensive DIYs for your home and also seasonal. So if this is something that appeals to you, then please subscribe to my channel and also hit that bell icon, right there in the corner so that you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. For the first DIY for my mantle, I'll be using 2 Christmas trees from Dollar Tree. And just for your FYI, I have already put together 2 other trees. For the tree base, I'm going to be using 2 floral foams, and it's these round ones here. And if you want to give your tree just more height, you can use this thicker block foam. Some jute cord, some Dollar Tree garland. I'll also be using some burlap. And to decorate my Christmas trees, I'll be using these different mini Christmas ornaments from Walmart. And also from Walmart, some of these mini pine cones. And also some Dollar Tree 16-piece Christmas ornaments. Some buffalo check ribbon. And also some white spray paint. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is remove the base off these Christmas trees, and I'm going to be doing that to both of them. What I'm going to be doing is joining these trees together like this. But before that I do that, I am going to pull the branches to one side so the metal stem will be very visible. And I'll be doing that to the other tree as well. Okay, so now that the metal is very visible and the branches are pulled away from it, now I can join them together like so. I'm going to be using some of this Dollar Tree garland to do that. I'm just going to cut a few pieces. Okay, so I'm going to start by placing both trees side by side, and I'm going to bring them as close together as I possibly can. And then I'm going to move the branches away from the center of the bar. That way I can see where I'm going to tie the garland around both trees. And that's how I'm going to keep the trees together. So I'm going to start in the center section, and then I'm just going to move down to the lower part and then up at the top. You can really go any order that you want. I just did it that way. And here I'm just pointing out where I added the garland. Now, if you wanted to, you could add another tree, but I was okay with just these 2. For the base, I'm going to be using these 2 floral foams, and I'm just going to hot glue the smaller foam onto the larger one. Next, I'm going to add some hot glue all around the center bar of both of the trees, and I am going to put a generous amount of hot glue. Next, I'm going to insert the bar in the center of my foam board. And I'm just going to press down on it until the glue hardens. Okay, so now I'm going to start to fluff out my branches. Now that the branches are fluffed out, I see there's another area where my bar is being exposed, so I'm going to add another piece of garland around that area. So what I like to do with these trees is just turn the branches upward as I'm showing you right there, and I'm going to do that to each and every branch. And this is how the tree looks now that I've turned the branches up, and this is how it looked before. I think by just turning those branches up made a big difference. You could leave this tree like this if you wanted, but I want mine to have some white snow, so I'm going to go and spray paint it. I'm going to start spray painting the bottom side, and then I'll go ahead and place my tree upward and then continue spraying it. And this is how it turned out, and now I'm gonna let the paint dry before I start to decorate it. These are the other trees that I had already put together, the ones that I talked to you about earlier. And I just want you to see that I use the different sizes of foams, and the reason that I did that is because I wanted my trees to have different heights. The next thing that I'm going to do is cover the base with a piece of burlap. And then once I do that, I'm just going to bring up the burlap to the center of the trunk of the tree, and then I'm going to tie it with a piece of jute cord. Next, I'm going to add all the Christmas decorations and also place a bow up at the top. For my next DIY, I'll be using these two Dollar Tree tin vases, some jute cord, some Jot white glue, some Waverly chalk paint in the color white. I'll also be using these Christmas trees from these window clings, and I got this at Dollar General. Some Dollar Tree berry branches, and these have a little bit of frost to them. The first thing that I'm going to do is start painting these vases, and I'll be using the white chalk paint for that. I'm only going to give them one coat of paint. Now I'm going to let this dry for a few hours. Next, I'm going to add some jute cord around the top part of the tin can, and I'm going to start at the back. I'm going to start by adding some hot glue, and then I'm just going to wrap it around a few times. The next thing that I'm going to do is add one of these Christmas tree window clings to the front of my vase. I'm going to add a little bit of this school glue in the front, and then I'm just going to brush it on with my brush, and then I'm going to put the window cling over it. I'm also going to brush the top side with just a little bit of glue that I have on my brush. I'll be making another one like this with just a different cling. This vase right here already has some foam in it because I'm repurposing this vase, so I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm going to start by adding all my berry branches inside my vase. For my last DIY, I'll be using these three Dollar Tree Christmas decor, some Christmas picks from Dollar Tree, some wrapping paper in the buffalo check print, and this is also from Dollar Tree, some stencils, some Jot white glue. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is remove this piece of tin metal that's on this Christmas decor, and I'm going to be doing that to all three of them. I'm going to start by lifting the corner with my metal ruler, and I'm going to be very careful as to not bend it too much because I will be using this piece of metal again. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is add this piece of wrapping paper to the back side of my Christmas decor, which now it'll be the front side. So I'm going to start by adding some of this white glue, and I'm just going to brush it on the ornament, and then once I have put enough of that glue, I'm going to go ahead and place the paper over it and just smooth it out with my hands very gently. I do have to tell you that because it's wrapping paper, it can tear very easily, and it also gets wrinkled really quick. You can use Mod Podge as an alternative. I didn't have any, and that's why I decided to use this white glue. Next, I'm going to brush on some more glue on the top side. I did add a little bit of water to the glue, which made it a little bit thinner and easier to spread. Okay, so now that the glue is dry on all three of my ornaments, it's time for me to start removing the excess paper. And I'm going to start by trimming it with my scissors and then smoothing off my edges with a sanding block. Next, I'm going to put back the metal using a little bit of hot glue. And now I'm going to start stenciling in the letters, and I'm going to start with a J and then move on to the next ornament with an O and then the next one with a Y. The next thing that I'm going to do is just sponge in some white paint, and I'll be going all around the ornament. I want this to look as if it has some snow. The last thing that I'm going to do is decorate my ornaments by adding some greenery and some berries and also some pine cones. Well, that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and also share. I'd really appreciate it. You have yourself a blessed Thanksgiving and a blessed day. Until my next video, bye-bye and God bless.